Céad Míle Fáilte. Welcome to the Treasured Tales of Ireland, a place where you can come and listen to the many myths, legends, folk tales, and fairy tales of the Emerald Isle, helping to keep the stories of the past alive. My name is Mylinda Butterworth, and I will be your teller of tales. I hope you'll join me each week for new stories, and if you enjoy my work, please like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Additionally, be sure to explore my other story collections for more tales. Before we begin, please note that if you are using the closed caption feature of this video, that many Irish names may not sound the way they appear, and we've made every effort to pronounce them correctly. Now, let's get started. Today, we conclude with the book of the Fianna, Huntings and Enchantments, with the story of the Hunt of Slieve Cuilinn, part 14 of 14, episode 52. Finn was one time out on the green of Alvin, and he saw what had the appearance of a grey fawn running across the plain. He called and whistled to the hounds then, but neither hound nor man heard him or came to him, but only Bran and Ciolán. He set them after the fawn, and near as they kept to her, he himself kept nearer to them, till at last they reached to Slieve Cuilinn in the province of Ulster. But they were no sooner at the hill than the fawn vanished from them, and they did not know where she was gone. And Finn went looking for her eastward, and the two hounds went towards the west. It was not long till Finn came to the lake, and there was sitting on the brink a young girl, the most beautiful he had ever seen, having hair of the color of gold, and skin as white as lime, and eyes like the stars in time of frost. And she seemed to be some way sorrowful and downhearted. And Finn asked her, did she see his hounds pass that way? "I did not see them," she said, "and it is little I am thinking of your hounds or your hunting, but of the cause of my own troubles." "What ails you, woman of the white hands?" said Finn. "And is there any help I can give you?" he said. "It is what I am fretting after," said she. "A ring of red gold I lost off my finger in the lake, and I put you under bond, Finn of the Fianna," she said, "to bring it back to me out of the lake." With that, Finn stripped off his clothes and went into the lake at the bidding of the woman, and he went 3 times round the whole lake, and he did not leave any part of it without searching till he brought back the ring. He handed it up to her, then out of the water, and no sooner had he done that than she gave a leap into the water and vanished. And when Finn came up to the bank of the lake, he could not so much as reach to where his clothes were, for on the moment he, the head and the leader of the Fianna of Ireland, was but a grey old man, weak and withered. Bran and Ciolán came up to him then, but they did not know him as they went on around the lake, searching after their master. In Alvin now, where he was missed, Quilta began asking after him. "Where is Finn," he said, "of the gentle rule and of the spears?" But no one knew where he was gone, and there was grief on the Fianna when they could not find him. But it was what Conan said. "I never heard music pleased me better than to hear the son of Cumhaill is missing, and that he may be so through the whole year," he said, "and I myself will be king over you all." And downhearted as they were, it is hardly they could keep from laughing when they heard Conan say that. Quilta and the rest of the chief men of the Fianna set out then looking for Finn, and they got word of him, and at last they came to Slieve Cuilinn, and there they saw a withered old man sitting beside the lake, and they thought him to be a fisherman. "Tell us, old man," said Quilta, "did you see a fawn go by, and 2 hounds after her, and a tall, fair-faced man along with him?" "I did see them," he said, "and it is not long since they left me." "Tell us where they are now, said Quilta. But Finn made no answer, for he had not the courage to say to them that he himself was Finn, their leader, being as he was an ailing, downhearted old man, without leaping, without running, without walk, grey and sorrowful. Quilta took out his sword from the sheath then, and he said, It is short till you will have knowledge of death, unless you will tell us what happened to those three. Then Finn told the whole story. And when the 7 battalions of the Fianna heard him and knew it was Finn that was in it, they gave 3 loud, sorrowful cries. And to the lake they gave the name of Loch Dugra, the Lake of Sorrow. But Conan of the sharp tongue began abusing Finn and all the Fianna by turns. You never gave me right praise of my deeds, Finn, son of Cumhaill, he said. You were always the enemy of the sons of Morna, but we are living in spite of you, he said. And I have but one fault to find with your shape, and that is that it was not put on the whole of the Fianna, the same as on yourself. Quilta made at him then. Bold, senseless Conan, he said, I will break your mouth to the bone. But Conan ran in them among the rest of the Fianna and asked protection from them, and peace was made again. And as to Finn, they asked him, was there any cure to be found for him? There is, he said, for I know well the enchantment was put on me by a woman of the Sidhe Milacro, daughter of Cuilinn, through jealousy of her sister Anya. And bring me to the hill that belongs to Cuilinn, he said, for he is the only one can give me my shape again. They came around him then, and raised him up gently on their shields, and brought him on their shoulders to the hill of the Sidhe and Cuilinn. But no one came out to meet them. Then the 7 battalions began digging and rooting up the whole hill, and they went on digging through the length of 3 nights and 3 days. And at the end of that time, Cuilinn, that some say was Manannán, son of Lear, came out of the hill, holding in his hand a vessel of red gold, and he gave the vessel into Finn's hand. And no sooner did Finn drink what was in the vessel than his own shape and his appearance came back to him. But only his hair, that used to be so fair and so beautiful like the hair of a woman, never got its own color again, for the lake that Cuilinn's daughter had made for Finn would have turned all men of the world grey if they had gone into it. And when Finn had drank all that was in the vessel, it slipped from his hand into the earth that was loosened with the digging, and he saw it no more. But in the place it went into the earth, a tree grew up, and anyone that would look at the branches of that tree in the morning fasting would have knowledge of all that was to happen on that day. That now is the way Finn came by his grey hair, through the jealousy of Milacro of the Sidhe, because he had not given his love to her, but to his sister Anya. And here is where I end my tale for today. But I'll be back with more tales, many more tales. Until then, my friends, enjoy the journey. Slán go fóill. Bye for now. If you enjoyed this story, please give us a thumbs up and comment. It truly helps us.